Did you miss me? I missed you. I missed this room. When the Leafs aren't playing, every now and then I'm just like, oh yeah, I have this. And even though there's no more Leaf games to talk about, screw it, this is my room, my YouTube channel, I'll talk about whatever I want. 4 months now, people have been like, Steve, talk about the expansion draft, and I'm like, dude, it's in June. And that is a big part of the reason I haven't talked about the expansion draft yet. The other part of it was I didn't really understand the rules. I'm just gonna be straight up. So, I spoke to a few people, including the fine geniuses at capfriendly.com. I'm sure you've been to that site. And I now understand. And I wrote all about what I think the Leafs are going to do at the expansion draft in June. That's June 21st on sportsnet.ca. I'll link to the article down below. No, you won't. Shut up. I'm actually going to do it this time. I'll link to it down below so you can read it. But here are some notes. I divided the Leafs up into a few categories. I started with 3 categories, and those are exempt players. Exempt forwards, exempt defenders, and exempt goalies. Austin Matthews, for example. Shoo! Then guys who the Leafs will obviously expose. Joffrey Lupul, for example. And then there's pending UFAs. Why would you protect a pending unrestricted free agent? That guy can go wherever he wants, not just Vegas. And then finally, forwards I would protect, defenders I would protect, and Freddie Anderson. Which brings us to the chopping block. Players who the Leafs might lose. Now I have the chopping block as the list of 9 players. I might have to edit it and make it 11 because technically Garrett Sparks and Antoine Bibeau should be on this list. So we got Matt Martin, Eric Fehr, Josh Leivo, Seth Griffith, Brendan Leipzig, Kirby Reichel, Connor Carrick, Martin Marincin, Alexei Marchenko, and I didn't add them, but Garrett Sparks and Antoine Bibeau. Now, out of those 11 players, the Leafs will have an opportunity to protect 3 of them. Specifically, 2 forwards and 1 defender. Now, I'm obviously not in the Leafs' heads. They don't have to do that. There are 2 options. Teams can protect 7 forwards, 3 defenders, and 1 goalie, or 8 skaters of any position, forward, defense, doesn't matter, and a goalie. Now, a team like the Ducks might want to do that second option because they have a lot of defenders they would probably want to protect, but otherwise, the Leafs are one of many teams who will do the 7-3-1 option. I don't want to spoil the whole article here, so here's a few more notes. Nathan Horton, the Leafs might have to protect him, or they could ask him and they might not have to. It's all very complicated. If the Leafs want to protect one of Matt Martin or Eric Fehr, they're probably either going to have to re-sign Ben Smith or make some kind of a trade. And now that I've said that, and you'll read why, protecting Matt Martin does not make any sense. Mike Babcock might not like that, and it's nothing against Matt Martin as a player. You'll read, it doesn't make sense to protect this guy. So I will tell you this if you just promise to read the thing. If I had to guess, the Leafs are probably going to lose one of Seth Griffith, Kirby Reichel, or Martin Marincin to Las Vegas. I spoke to Cap Friendly on the phone and I was like, there's a few things about the expansion draft I don't know. And they're like, oh, I know, I listened to the podcast. And I said, oh. But now I get it, and I want to help you get it. If you're confused about the expansion draft rules, you're gonna want to read this. And if you want, take a stab at the expansion draft tool on capfriendly.com. Apparently, about 45,000 teams have been made, and the vast majority of people had the exact same Leafs team that I did. And if that's what you come up with, let me know in the comments down below. And if you come up with something completely different, I want to hear that because I don't get it. So, now that I've written that, now that I've made this video, we can leave the expansion draft alone for a little while. So much stuff can happen between now and the expansion draft, and one of those things would be the Stanley Cup playoffs. So how about you enjoy those? Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Brand new Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast coming tomorrow, and click the damn thing underneath. Yeah, I didn't forget the link. Shut up.